It was a decision by Kevin McCarthy to remove Ilhan Omar from the Foreign Affairs Committee, which works differently than how he removes Swalwell and Schiff from the Permanent Select Committee. We'll get into those details because there actually has to be a House vote. She's just feigning ignorance about all these statements she's been making about Jews and Israel since 2019 that we've called out as anti-Semitism before, and we've called for Congress to take action like censures before. But take a listen to this. This is on CNN this weekend.
So when you apologized for all about the Benjamins comment, you said anti-Semitism is real, and I'm grateful for Jewish allies and colleagues who are educating me on the painful history of anti-Semitic tropes. What did you learn?
A lot. I certainly did not or was not aware that the word hypnotize was a trope. I wasn't aware of the fact that there are tropes about Jews and money.
That's just a basic knowledge if you're going to be in any kind of like political or leadership role, if you're going to talk about racism and issues like that. I mean, this is, again, it doesn't take a lot of education level to know that there's an issue with people who try to use Jews and money like she did with these intentional tweets like it's all about the Benjamins.
And then she says Kevin McCarthy threatens punishment for Ilhan Omar and Rashid Tlaib over their criticism of Israel. It's stunning how much time U.S. political leaders spend defending a foreign nation, even if it means attacking free speech rights of Americans. That's what she says. Okay, all about the Benjamins was a direct reference to it. Then she says Israel has hypnotized the world. May Allah awaken the people and help them see the evil doings of Israel. This is a member of the United States Congress. Nazi propaganda from Goebbels. In a movie he did. May Allah awaken the people and help. I wouldn't put her on any committee, frankly.
No, and a Foreign Affairs Committee is as close against like intel when you've got, again, you're dealing with foreign governments, you're dealing with classified information, and she has been highly critical of U.S. allies. And so why, like Israel, but also Gulf state allies as well. She doesn't like the Saudis, she doesn't like the Emiratis. She, of course, is fine with Hamas. She's, and remember, she put in that statement once, we've seen unthinkable atrocities committed by, and she said, the U.S., of course.
Right.
Hamas, Israel, Afghanistan, the Taliban. She's comparing America and Israel to Hamas, the Afghani, I don't even know what it means to say just Afghanistan, but then the Taliban specifically. So comparing the U.S. to two foreign terrorist organizations and Israel to two foreign. You want to take all the Israel stuff out? Take it out. There's Jews in America that are American citizens that deserve the same protections as well, that people don't have to be elevated who try to hide behind ignorance. She is not ignorant. She specifically used terms that were anti-Semitic, like all about the Benjamins, or to say the hypnotized word, or to compare Israel to Hamas to the Taliban. This is all done intentionally. Kick her off.
Cece's been looking at this. There's four Republicans right now that are at least on the fence on there, or some are saying they're going to vote against Kevin McCarthy on this and going to let her be seated because they don't want to cancel culture. What do we know so far?
So publicly, there have been three Republicans that have publicly stated that's Sparks of Indiana, Mace of South Carolina, and Buck of Colorado. And then Dave Joyce of Ohio has said in an interview that he wants to go ahead and let Omar speak before the vote. So kind of indicating that, his vote might be swayed too. And there are only 4 votes. They can only afford to lose 4 votes.
Yeah.
So the Republicans, the unity that McCarthy brought and has been bringing, he needs to bring again to this vote and make sure that the Republicans stand firm and make sure that she does not serve on this committee.
Twice, under the control of Democrats and Nancy Pelosi, which there's a lot of talk about how those rule changes were made, how much control she had, move forward with votes to condemn anti-Semitism only because of Ilhan Omar's statements. Twice. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty unprecedented for a short-term congressional career, that the entire House of Representatives is voting to condemn anti-Semitism in the 2020s and 2019 because of an elected member of Congress using anti-Semitic remarks. There's consequences to what you say, especially politicians, your actions after what you say. I don't think this should be controversial.
Nope.
Republicans need to get their act together on this because Democrats would have no problem kicking off a Republican for less.